Now, if it's my kid.
But what if it's your child visiting?
No, listen.
If they live in another
Cameron,
state and they
what part
come
of
to
it you
visit.
don't understand?
I'm just asking.
I eat first.
Okay, he eat first.
All right.
Strategic theme song of this hustler. Yes. Thank the customer for loving us. Yes. Everything bakery can't fuck with us. Y'all heard me right, you niggas can't fuck with us. Never thought a scale would get me paid. What?
All right, we back.
We back again, baby. Welcome to What's Your Point, the podcast.
I'm Kay Swaz.
My name who? Here goes.
The longest intro. Let's go.
Podcast history.
Lardell Melvin, a.k.a. Tup Murder, a.k.a. the star of the show. Let's get it.
All right, how y'all doing?
We good.
All right.
Life is good. You know what I mean?
And you, Tut, sir?
I like the way when you came at me like the Marsha Clark and that OJ shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tells you, bro.
K gonna be a good lawyer one day.
Yeah,
I work in HR. I do investigations, so I gotta hit all the points. I gotta hit all the points.
She came with it though. I like that. You present.
I gotta hit the points.
who walked away with the victory?
Yeah. You know, y'all saw the episode, so y'all let us know if y'all like Kay as a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Hit her in the comments and be like, yo, you know you want her to represent you. Kay Swaza and
Fellas, if you need me,
yeah.
Oh God!
at the end of the day,
To present reasonable doubt, even though there seems to be some form
that's
of
what
guilt.
the Lord says. We follow the law. I'm a man of the law. It's the
Right.
law.
You're right. If there's any amount of doubt, if there's even a percentage of doubt, then it gets thrown out. You're right.
Yeah.
I give you that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And I happen to like your shirt very much. It's very nice.
Designed by my boy right here.
Nice.
That's one
nice.
of it's called artists the favorite artist series, album series. So it was basically one of my favorite albums was Life After Death, and that's 10 Crank Commandments. That's one of my favorite songs from B.I.G.
Nice.
So we try to bring Biggie.
Keep his memory alive.
Yeah, bring a shirt that represent those 10 Crank Commandments, and if I could see the back, it has all 10 of the Crank Commandments there.
Nice.
He spoke about, so you know what I mean. So it's dope.
Yeah, we definitely need
We
to cop one of those.
releasing those soon. You know what I mean. So follow us on Everything Bakery, and we will have a new release of the Biggie 10 Crack Commandments and going back to Cali shirts.
I'm gonna definitely cop that. All right. So first topic: how would you feel if you were on live and your girlfriend or significant other emasculated you by saying they didn't really want you to begin with, they wanted to be with your friend?
Then I would be on live showing everybody why the fuck she's
Wait.
single and she need to go be with that nigga. Then.
And that would be the end of the live?
Be end of the live. And I'll tell her how many her friends. I wish I was with her friends instead of her. You know what I mean? Since we want to be out here.
Tell
the
it,
great
speak
Nino
it.
Brown said, this shit bigger than Nino Brown, baby. You feel me? So if you gonna take me down, I'm taking every motherfucker down with me, baby. You feel me?
If you go
so,
down, I go
so
down
you want
too.
to tell me how you like one of my niggas? All right, well, guess what? I like your best friend, your sister who got the fat ass, the other girl, et cetera, et cetera.
So you going opposite of what Michelle
Yeah.
Obama said: when they go low, you go high. You just going lower to the gutter.
It's fair off.
It's all game. It's all fair game.
All fair games in love and war, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel when it comes to that.
Yeah, for
You
me
like
that.
my boy, I like your girl.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I mean?
for me that live would have been over. It'd have been like off.
Yeah.
That's
Click.
it.
What about you?
It would have been clip and clip.
I mean, she felt. It depends on at what content she was saying it, how she was saying it. Because a person could sit there and say, "I wanted to date. I was interested
Well,
in your friend."
okay, so I will say this. This is in regards to a live that Tyrese, the singer, was on with his girlfriend. She's rubbing his shoulders and everything, and then she's like, well, you were kind of old, and I really wasn't into you. I was really more into your friend.
Well, I wouldn't take that.
While she's massaging him, and then she's like, oh, by
wouldn't
the way, I didn't really want to F with you. I wanted to F with your friend.
It's been.
That's a B slap to the face
Nah.
on live in front of all these people.
I wouldn't take it.
You
that
don't
way.
take it that way? All right.
No, because that's been females. It was on the opposite end. I give you an example. It was a female I tried to hook up with somebody, and they was going out for a little while. They never did nothing really physical.
Right.
And then one day, she came and met up with me, and then we end up whatever. And then she kind of confessed that she really wanted me instead of the friend, but whatever like that. She told the friend, my friend, and it was no hard work. Everybody laughed at it. It was no thing. At the end of the day, you know, first of all, dude is dead. The one, God bless his soul.
Paul Walker.
He ain't here. If she's
Right.
just being honest, if she's seen the guy, you can start out, yo, I like him, yo, he or she, I like her. How many times, yo, I like Shorty right, and she got another friend. You know, think about what the girls when you went to college with. All three of them could have got it. You know what I mean? So we all looked at one. You know, one we all looked at. I end up dealing with the other one. So will I be wrong with telling her, yo, we all want such and such?
No. We all, you know, you got your favorites, but sometimes you hit it off with the opposite person.
Yeah. So now imagine if me and Shorty would have got together and was in a long-term relationship, and I told her, you know, we was really looking at your friend. You know what I mean? But you cute too. That's all it is. That's how I take it. At the end of the day, he scored. So what does it matter?
Yeah, he got it. You know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, for each day on.
Right.
We get everything is too personal now. Or it's like getting offensive. Everything you say to somebody is like too offensive, and it's too much. Like, it's no big deal.
I mean, you know, because in hindsight 2020, think about it. Like, that's like you meet somebody, and, you know, it's a group of people in a club, whatever.
Right.
And let's just say you hit it off with, you know, you saw Lardell, and you was like, oh, he whatever. But then me and you, our conversation and everything is more
In sync.
intimate,
Right.
more like, damn, I connect more with his friend than him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, things like that could happen.
Right.
You feel me? I mean, it's not that serious, but if you on a live, like, trying to be like funny, I'm gonna be funny too. You know what I mean? You want to be fucking
And that's why I
some
say,
more. I could be Eddie Murphy, baby. You know what I mean?
but that's why I said, how did she say it? Because she could just be like
Yeah.
innocent, like, yo, well, you know, I like
Yeah.
the Shorty we know. I would have been like, yo, you know, because everybody had that eye on that one.
Yeah.
I ended up with the other one.
Yeah, shout out to her
Right.
too. I ain't gonna say her name, but shout out to her too.
Yeah.
I wonder what they doing now these days, though. Yeah, she was fire.
Yeah. So was that wrong? Looking at it from that perspective, or would I be wrong?
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
You know, so it can't be. It's everything too
Right.
personal.
Well, you wouldn't be wrong if the two of them are friends and you dealt with one and then dealt with the other.
Well, to some people, I wouldn't. I don't necessarily agree with that, but
Right. But so say, for example, if you are with someone and then you start liking the other person's best friend, would you deal with both the person who you were with, break up with her, and then start dealing with the best friend? Wouldn't there be beef between her and the best friend? That's too close. That's too close.
I mean, to be transparent, I used to mess around with two sets of sisters. So
the stories you have in
just
your
I
vault.
tell
He
the
lived
truth.
a good life.
Sheesh.
He lived a good life.
You got
man.
vault stories.
Yeah, I was with two sets of sisters. The first set
And
of sisters,
how did that work out?
I ain't gonna say that over there. I don't want to embarrass some of them, but I was dealing with two sets of sisters, and the first set they it didn't bother them too much. The second set, one of the sisters, the sister I stopped dealing with. For the other sister had a problem with it.
Right.
The second sister
Right.
had a problem with it, but she got past it, and then that's what it was. But I don't mean now at my age now, I wouldn't particularly go out there and look to do that right there. 'Cause I
Right.
think I feel some type of way. Like I just think certain people are hands off, family,
Right.
close friends. Like I would never deal with somebody that's real personal with Julio. Anybody who deal, I would try not to deal with because it's
Right.
not worth a friendship. You don't know.
Right.
A guy could tell. It's been guys I know, I seen, shorty ain't nothing. And then I stepped to do, I had a cousin, I was messing with a girl. He used to mess with her first. She didn't know we knew we was related or anything like that. Lived in a whole nother city and everything. And then to come to find out, she heard me talking and such. I said, yeah. Well, she came forward. Yo, I used to deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I'm going to go tell him. You ain't got to tell him I don't owe nothing. I said, nah, I'm going to go tell dude.
Right,
So I stepped to
respectfully.
dude.
Yeah, it's a
Right,
respect thing.
respectfully.
You know, he's my cousin. So I go up to dude and I said, yo, you know, we got a homie in common.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, what are you talking about? I told him the young lady name.
Right.
And, there ain't nothing. So I'm thinking we shook on it.
Right.
I go back, and then next thing I know, homegirl hitting me up, yo, you know, he cursed me out, and this and that. I'm like, damn, he just told me he was
Right.
good.
We just pieced it out.
So I learned if you can avoid that, just don't even do it, because
Right.
you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Even though a man, we with our egos, we got these big egos, and we'll
Right.
sit there and say, there ain't nothing, but then you feel in some type of way
Mm-hmm.
deep down, and then it could cause some friction. My
Right.
friendship with him
Mm-hmm.
goes back into the early 90s. I'm
Right.
not going to sit there and take a chance
Mm-hmm.
on even if the homegirl wanted to, and it was just right there, I'm going to have to hold my respect and love for him. Like, I'm not going to do that. Even if that was just his jump off,
Right.
I'm not going to do it.
Right.
I mean, I would ask, you know what I mean? Like, it depends. Like, if like, let's say I'm in a relationship with one person, we broke up, and let's just say years later, me and her friend kicking it, and, you know, we catching up, next you know, we vibing and everything is like that. I think if they relationship is still close and they good friends,
Yeah.
Right.
then we have to tell her, like, yo, look, this is what's happening. You know, we ain't planning for this to happen, but this is what it is. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, like he said also, like, you know, I got family members that niggas dealt with, you know what I'm saying? And only thing I told him is, bro, listen, I don't care what you're doing, but you put your hands on her, nigga, you know how I play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to, because you disrespected me when it comes to that. False
Absolutely.
niggas cheating and doing that, I can't control that. That's a man shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
End of the day, that players gonna keep it play all the time. But besides that, like, you know, I feel like, you know, if you and that person got whatever, then you should like you know, go tell the person.
Right.
Don't sneak around and then later, years later, they found out. Like, especially if them people are still close. Like, say they had a falling out, they not friends no more. Then we don't owe you no motherfucking dialogue of why
Right.
we together. You feel what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So, you know, and that's how I feel when it comes to that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. But it's like if you're with somebody and you break up with them, try your best not to get with a friend, a
yeah,
relative
yeah.
of that person, because
don't
it gets messy. Even when you go to that person and tell them, you know deep down
Yeah, that's
the
why-
ego gets bruised. Like,
yeah. So you
know.
try to. I'm like when I was younger, I didn't
Right.
understand. But
Right.
me at my age now,
Yeah.
it's not worth. First of all, even when I was younger, I wasn't going to do
right.
that stuff
Right.
to him or anything like that. But you got some other guys that wasn't as close with him,
Right.
and
They just ain't care.
Yeah,
Just
like-
wanted a notch.
nah. So I'm not going to do that because
Right.
at the end of the day, at my age now, it's not worth losing friends.
Right.
You know, I
Right.
got
It was like he said. It doesn't work. Like, if you might, like, say, let's say Tut, God was the mother of my children. I feel a certain way about that because he know that was the mother of my children.
Yeah.
Vice
Right.
versa.
Right.
If it's
right.
a nigga like that lived around the corner, that was hating because I was you know, hitting my BM. Know what I'm saying, then I wouldn't be mad because I know that he a sucker. He planned that. That's what he always wanted.
Right.
That's on my
Right.
baby monster decide if she want to do that or don't want to do that. I can't control. You know what I mean? That, but. My niggas, like I said, I live by my rules. Everything fair but a nigga wife. You feel me? Like, if it's a chick that I took down and my man want to take down,
Right.
just yo, bro, what you feel about Shorty? Oh, nah, do you, Playboy? Because I've done it. Niggas done it with me. Yo, fam, what's up with Shorty? I'm like, oh, nah, go ahead, see what's up. If she give you play, she give you play. One of the one of our greatest kills that three of us, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say Shorty name, but you know.
Wait, you're all three of y'all knocked
different
her
times,
down?
not the same time, but 3 different times. You know what I mean? Like different times. She and Tut was driving on that block trying to find her so he could be number 4.
You know what?
it
that's what I'm saying. You know, that's
that's
something
how, yo,
different.
if you seen her, you would doing the same thing too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, you know, that you know, but that's, you know, that's, I mean, I feel that's what, you know, when it comes to that, you know what I mean? If it's not that deep, it's like that. If it's your man or son, I feel you should have that talk with your man. But if it's like a nigga wife, it's too many females out here for you to be jumping in the same pool
Correct.
that your nigga done swam
Right.
in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
So you were not number 4.
She never came back around. Well,
She disappeared?
one dude decide he want to try to keep it for himself.
Facts. Other dudes denying it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Other dude was
God.
denying it. He was like, oh, he don't know why she was in his crib.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just, it was like I said, it wasn't even planned.
Yeah.
She just,
So
you know what I mean?
I'm telling you the truth. I was in my car. They tell me, yo, she come around this time. Yo, I'll be there nice and early.
So you was waiting in the cut.
I wanted to feel like how they felt.
Oh my God.
I'm just being honest
Okay.
with you.
All right. So again, you have matured in your as you've gotten older when it comes to relationships and dealing with women.
Yes.
So, what are your thoughts when someone of a certain age dates someone who is way younger, about like maybe 15 plus years, versus dating someone who's probably like 20 plus years older than you? What's your thoughts like when you're not within that same like maybe
Age
5
group?
to 7 year age group and you're dating someone much younger
Like
or
20
much
years younger.
older? Yeah.
It depends on, I mean, wherever floats your boat, as long as you're legal, wherever floats your boat. If guys do it all the time. Now it's a new thing. A lot of what we call them cougars now. The women are going out.
Jaguars.
The Jaguars.
Yeah.
They're going out there. They want a good back. Somebody with a strong back.
Break that back. Break that back.
So they're not killing nobody. Why everybody so concerned about what somebody else does?
No, I mean, I feel.
You're right.
Me personally, it's not even about that. I just feel like
What do you have in
if you
common?
50, I'm
A lot.
I put it to you
Such
this way.
as?
My daughter about to be 23,
Yeah.
and she came with a nigga that's like older than me.
45.
He got to explain what he doing with my daughter.
Right. What do you have in
Okay, so-
common?
Is
All right.
it love? Is it whatever?
Hold on.
Yeah. You can
It
ask
depends on
anything.
what she. No, it depends on what she got an interest. That's like us. We do music, right? So if I was single and then a girl was an inspiring singer, I produce music, and we got music in common. What we're talking about all the time.
Okay.
Same thing with you. You don't see you can have some kind of common where y'all locked in the studio all the time.
Yeah,
You
but
give her hits.
see, all right, you saying we got something in common, but then I also got to deal with she in a party phase. Let's just say she's in a party phase.
Right.
I did the party phase shit already.
Right.
I'm at the second tier of my
Of
I'm in
your
the second
of your
half
life.
of my life. So I'm more about let's travel, let's go do that. She
Right.
more about let's fly down to South Beach and go to live and do
Yeah.
that. I'm
Party
not
and
with that.
party
But
and
not
party
all-
and
but not
bull
all young-
BS and
No,
smoke
no.
and
I've met like
So-
I've dealt with shorty was like what 30, 31, 29, no 29.
Okay, so
So she was mature. You know what I mean? I
Right.
didn't know that till later that she was that
Right.
age. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
so
you got girls like that.
Yeah,
But I'm just
so-
saying like a 23-year-old with a 50-year-old, bro, it got to make sense for me.
So if you, I give you an example, whatever your daughter's into or your daughter's is into, and she met a guy, an older guy, older than you, and he shares a lot of stuff in common. He treats your daughter right. I wouldn't be happy about it, but after
That's
a
what I'm
while,
telling you, I'm not gonna be happy.
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
Okay, so-
awkward.
but
Me and
let's
him
say-
gotta have that talk.
Okay,
To
so
me,
now you have
that's
that. Now you and
awkward.
him have that talk. It's awkward. You and him have that talk, and
Mm-hmm.
you see he's consistent with it, and he's treating your daughter like a queen.
Then
Your
I got no
daughter's
beef.
very
Then I
happy.
got no gripe. Then I got no gripes
Right,
with it, brother.
right.
I got no gripes with it. But if you one of them niggas trying to be sneaky to be like, yo, Sam, I'm taking down this young joint. You know what I mean?
Not everybody's like that.
No, I'm
And
not
we gotta
saying they
give-
are.
so-
But I
But you have every right to sit there, but you should be questioning any guy who dates your daughter.
no, I'm questioning every guy.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you 50, but I'm gonna look at the nigga who's 55, 65 with the 20 cent. I'm gonna look at you extra hard because there's a little age gap there, my boy.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You lived a little bit longer than she do. So
Yeah,
what,
but his back is about done. What can he really do?
it don't matter though. It don't
That be
matter.
the type of dude you want with your daughter. He probably gonna die, leave for the pension
Hell
and
no.
shit.
Hell
Oh
no.
my God.
You know what I
He
mean?
get my daughter pregnant, she
But-
died. I mean, he died. God forbid. You know what I'm saying? Then now
And,
she's
she got his pension. She living fat.
when she turned 40, these niggas gonna be 80 and the old people home, bro.
Okay, she got the check.
Nah, man, she good. She good. They good.
So you just seeing it as a financial
No,
standpoint.
I'm not looking at it
Because
just
you
as a
you looking long term
I'm
financially,
looking at it because she could be with a young bum. You understand what I'm saying? A young bum making
or
kids.
or an old bum.
Or no, but what if he's not a bum at an older age? If he's not a bum and he provided, he did what he had to do. That's like right now. You pushing most close to we both pushing close to the 50 mark.
Yeah.
You go out there, you find a girl that's maybe a year or two arranged
Older.
with your daughter. You really rock. Hold up, bro. Stop it.
But
telling you.
he holding off. We didn't finish
Go
your
ahead, I'm
thought.
gonna let you
Finish
say
your
it.
thought.
You can't tell me
Finish
what to
your
feel, Brody. Like I'm
Go ahead,
telling you.
finish your thought.
I
Go
know
ahead.
myself. Go
She fine as shit. She treats you right. She checks all the check boxes right there. She's into you 1,000% right there.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna reject that?
She's in my daughter. I could be her father, bro.
Are you gonna reject that?
Yes, brother, because she's in my age. She's in my.
Oh, this
In your
motherfucker-
child's age range?
Yeah, because he's in my daughter's age group. That's why.
Well,
You know what I mean? I mean, for me, that's just that. I don't.
I mean, I have to respect what you say.
Nah,
I
nah,
don't
but
believe
listen,
it.
So you
Bro,
call him BS
No,
on
no,
that?
no, no.
You call him BS
Yeah.
like?
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I'm gonna tell you, we in Colombia. A shorty pulled up. Talking to us, whatever.
Yeah.
So she, we in a strip club, whatever. She talking. So she's like, she's like, yo, how old do I look? I said, you, like 29, 30. She's like, I'm 20. I was like, oh nah, you my daughter age. It's clear. Right there. Everything just.
Everything shifted
Shift.
in a different direction
It just went
once
that-
you
it
heard
just
the
went-
age.
that's just me, bro.
So okay, so
You
who?
feel me? It's Nick-
What
no.
is the youngest girl you would date now at the age that you are at? What is your like? I won't date anyone under the age of.
It got to be 30, 31. For me, 30, 31, 29. That's that's as low as I would go. And you have to have a mind, like Tuss said, you got to
Right.
be a little bit on my level. Not no little young girl, dumb, running wild, out here with a track record, all type of shit, and nothing like that. You got your shit together, and you got this here. I'm not gonna even I can hold a conversation with you.
Right.
We could talk about life together and shit like that, even though that you're younger than me. That's about it. But I don't like I said, anything in my daughter's ranges, I don't fuck with, bro. I can't. I mean, that's just me. I know niggas
That will.
that go younger than that.
Right, but that's not.
You know
that's,
what I mean?
That's that.
No,
that's
no. There's because, I mean, I had to say it. In my culture, a lot of Dominican men. Cause I remember one time I'm in a taxi with this nigga. This dude is like 40. He talking about a 13-year-old.
Oh, that's some R. Kelly.
You feel me?
No,
That's that.
I got my
That's
girlfriend.
that.
Dude's a
Nah,
pedophile.
that's a
Yeah.
pedophile.
He's like, when I had somebody say, oh, yo, they don't care about that in DR. I'm like, nigga, I don't care what they don't care about. A pedophile's a pedophile, bro. A predator's a predator, no matter where you put him at, bro. You feel me?
And he going out there specifically looking
Spending
for
money,
13.
He spends money to take care. That's his girlfriend when he come there. The parents let him rock with her, all that type of shit.
Nah.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I can't jack that. You feel me? So I feel like any girl that's in my daughter's age group, it's just for me a shift happens.
That's off limits.
It's just
yeah.
on my, like you said, she could be fired. You know what I mean? She could look like Pam Grier in her prime, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, shorty's fired. She's 20 years old. Damn. For me, it just be like, nah.
Well, what do you
That's-
think about Marcus Houston?
Dating
That's
younger
dating. I think he's like almost 40, and his wife is like barely 20 or 21. They
don't
have
see
like a
that.
19-year age difference. What do they have in common? That's all I want to know.
It could be
What do you
music.
have
It
in
could be
common?
whatever they do. They can have something in common. Wherever they do, they can have something in common.
One
Or
thing.
she could
be a lot of things.
It could be that, or she could.
A lot of
look
women,
At Mark
you believe-
Anthony.
a lot of-
Mark Anthony just married some young girl too.
Oh,
like in
yeah.
her 20s,
Well, he marries
22, 23, some shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it got
Again, and Mark Anthony's like probably older than me.
At the end of the day, if they happy and he's legal, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not. That's their life. We focus on what too much of what makes somebody else. As long as you ain't breaking no laws,
Right.
and if that woman's parents is okay with that, and he's okay with it, if he can live with himself, what he doing, he ain't breaking no laws.
I agree.
Look at Madonna, with all the
Agreed.
shit she be doing.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so I
she purposely I think she's just stuck in a time where she feels that she always just has to date younger men.
well, see, maybe that's just what she attracted to.
Right.
I had my
That's her type.
my grandfather. My grandfather had a lot of young women.
Yeah.
And he was in his 50s and 60s.
My
You know
uncle
what I
had a
mean?
lot of young
And that's
women,
what that was his thing. He didn't want nothing his age, nowhere near close to his age. All the women were younger than his daughters.
Okay, so what did he have in common with those women?
My
that were younger
grandfather
than
was
his
not
daughters?
my grandfather wasn't like your typical grandfather. Ask Julio. He played video games with us. He would talk shit with us.
Yeah, he talked about women. He had
talked
a lot of
women.
girls. They used to go chill with him. He had women in the crib.
That was really our friend. Like,
fire
who
women.
would come
Not
to
no
the crib?
like no scallywags, like some fire
Yeah.
joints. He's like, yo, who yo, granddad just had some fire joint in the crib. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's that's just how he was. My
Right,
grandfather
right.
talked street slang. He used to stay with my cousin Julio. Come upstairs. He playing video games with us. He wasn't.
So he was a young spirit.
yes, all the way to the end. He never.
I feel like when I get in that age and my kids have their kids, I'm gonna be the cool granddad because
Right.
you know,
you
my
never relate.
grandson is into football, basketball, baseball. I'm gonna be in them games going crazy. You feel me? Dancing at the family function. You know what I mean?
Right.
Trying to learn a new TikTok dance just to make my grandkids laugh and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That's just the model we live in.
Right.
We can't focus on what people doing. They live their life. Look, Elvis was doing it. Why nobody was complaining then?
Yeah, sure.
Facts.
He married somebody underage.
I mean, like, I
Facts.
can't speak
So
about
did
how
Jerry-
people,
so did
how
Jerry
people
Lee
feel.
Lewis
I just know
and plenty
when
others.
when it come to me, it's just a shift. Like, I don't
Right.
care how attractive you look or whatever. If you in the same range, like if I could have made you, it's nah.
Yeah,
I mean, I respect that. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not like I say. I don't understand. Not that I don't understand. I understand the concept
right.
and stuff like that. But if somebody also, I have friends that's a lot older than me, and he's dating. He dates women that's
Way younger.
way younger. I mean,
Me too.
So the people that you know that do this, what do they say they have in common? That's what I'm just trying to figure
Well, my
out.
friend,
What
he-
is the
my friend- my
what
friend,
is
he
it?
just-
Is it just about
Nah, he
the
just wants to-
intimacy, or is there really something in common
he
that
just
they have?
he's just physically attracted to him, so it's just really physical.
Okay.
He's just physically attracted, and that's what he was. On the other hand, my grandfather, he wasn't like an old guy. He was
Right.
he related more to young people. I'm putting a picture where you can understand. Like if Julio came upstairs at Marcus' house, Julio is going to be Julio himself. He talked the same way we talk. When my grandfather there, we would sit there and talk. My grandfather would sit there and talk shit with us.
Right.
That's just the type of guy he was. And so some people are just like that,
Right.
where they get stuck in the time. I think when my grandfather got stuck at a specific time,
Right.
he never got old.
He never got old.
He never got old. He
Right.
physically got old, but mentally, my grandfather never got old. So
Right.
it's just that's just what it was. I think I'm somewhat like that to a certain extent, that I don't relate to certain things. I think
Right.
that's probably why me and certain people don't really get along at this phase of my life, because they live in a certain way, which most people pushing 50 live a certain way.
Right.
I don't subscribe to that. I like
Right.
to have fun. Julio's another one. Me and Julio, people say, oh, y'all should be in the music. I love music.
Right.
If those he want to keep rapping, I keep making some beats.
If I like it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right,
you
right.
can't put a time on something that you enjoy doing. I enjoy processing of making music and doing things and stuff like that, where I don't see where a lot of other people want to sit there and they want to sit back and they want to relax and
Right.
do things. No, I still feel it. I feel like when you don't use your youth, you lose it. So I
Right.
want to sit there and take advantage of everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy life, man. That's what I'm
Facts. We're on borrowed time, so we need to enjoy.
Absolutely.
gonna do. That's what it's about at the end of the day.
Now, what about the soccer player, Akraf Hakimi, whose wife filed for divorce, and now she's trying to get half of his fortune, and come to find out he signed 80% of his fortune to his mother.
Smart man.
Yeah, smart man, here to go. I mean, I feel personally, if she ain't helping get all that, she shouldn't get half of it. But he should maintain her lifestyle that he gave her. That's what I believe in. Like, you know, I've given you, you know, for their kids, the kids, the children, everything. You make sure that that's cool.
Right.
But besides that, like, I don't feel anybody deserves half of anything that they didn't help you. Like, if you helped me during the process
Right.
to get all that, then yeah, you deserve something. But I don't believe, like, you know, oh, yo, she deserves half of his shit because she was with him. No, it don't do that. So I think homie's the GOAT for that. That's a genius shit. When I get married, I'm gonna put shit under my daughter's name.
There you go.
You feel me?
Protect
Like,
your
I don't own nothing,
investment.
baby. You gotta talk to Deja and Nia. They
Protect
own
your
everything of
investment.
mine. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I'm not mad at him either. I mean, I think he was very smart to hide that money.
Definitely.
You know, because you just never know.
I mean, some,
I mean,
motives,
now,
people motives.
yeah, you don't know people's motives, and these days, marriage is so different now
A
than
lot of
it
people
was
looking for
back
help, not
then.
love. I said this
you know.
before in prior shows. A lot of people looking for help, not love. You know,
Right.
it's what can you do? Can you maintain me? Can you keep my lifestyle? Can
Right.
you do this? Can you fly me around the world? Can we go to Dubai? Then we do Maldives. Then we do Bora Bora. Can you take me to go see Beyonce on the 50-yard line in the Super Bowl?
I think
Feel me?
you know, it's good that he did that in this
Right.
case, but then it could have been bad because let's just say, for example, something had happened to him. His mother got 80% of the wealth, and he's left behind with kids. Who's to say that moms is really going to look out for the kids? She might have alternative motives. Don't feel that the wife need that amount of money and just basically giving them just enough, or if
Right.
she decided to give anything.
Right.
If I think,
But most likely, I think if he signed his fortune over to his mother, there must be some kind of terms in writing that if he was to perish, you know.
As long as he crossed his T's and dot his I's.
Right.
But also, the wife, I mean, the mother don't owe that wife anything. Maybe the kids, because those are her grandkids
Right.
if they got kids. But who's to say the mother's going to do right by the wife? Now, I personally would just give her a certain amount of money up front. Like,
Right, and close that
I put it
door.
in a trust fund. Yo, look, this is going to be you. If something happened to
Right.
me, this is you. We
Right.
set
Like you
for your
said.
life.
Right, and the
And-
kids
and-
have
and-
access to this at certain age.
Yeah.
no, that's what I would do. Like,
Right. Set up a trust
if I think it
fund.
would even leave, like, if I something happened to me, a trust fund, you can get a certain amount of money at 21.
Right.
Because then I know you're going to dumb out. Then
Right.
you graduate college at 25, you get another
get
set
another
amount
set.
of your inheritance. And
Yeah.
then when you reach 30 years old, you can get
Right.
the full benefit
Right.
of whatever I left you guys. You know what I mean? 'Cause you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, like Tuss said, it could have been like a trust fund or something like that where, you know, because, you know, people do got ulterior motives. That's one thing, like, you know, with cliche, people's like, oh, I'm saving for a rainy day. I'm like, yo, you saving for a rainy day. You might die when a rainy day
Right.
comes. So you saving
Right.
all this money.
Right.
And you got plans for the money you're saving your way. So now I'm saving my money.
Right.
Who's to say that when I die, God forbid, my daughters is going to spend that money how I want them to spend it. They're going to spend it how they want to spend it.
Yeah.
You
Right.
feel me? You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, let me go buy a bag. Let me go do this. Let me go buy 100,000 sneakers. Let me go, you know, fucking up the money. But it's
Wild
like,
out.
yo, that's not what I work for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, that's why I said enjoy when you here, enjoy this world. You know what I'm saying? And then I mean, so
So in that case, like in his case, he had money already, right? Before he got married.
Yes, I think so.
So I just feel then he should keep the bulk, 80% of what he got.
Right.
Now, if it's something on the come up and they both, it depends what she contribute.
she was driving me to the practices. She was taking me, you know.
And I don't have a problem with
Right.
a 50-50
Right.
split.
Right.
If you ride with me during the worst, you deserve the best. Ain't nothing. I would never not do that to my thing. Like I say, the mother of my children. That's one person I could say.
Right.
She was with me when there was nothing. Niggas struggling. Niggas been, niggas not having no money, not knowing how we was gonna pay rent.
Right.
All that. She been through all that. So if I made it to a certain stature of my life, even though she married and all that,
Right.
I'm always gonna be there for her because
Right.
she was there for me when I ain't had shit.
Right.
She was giving me pussy.
there from the
know what I
beginning.
mean? I ain't had none and she was giving me pussy. You feel me? Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had a motherfucking thing. A pot to piss in, bro. But she was still, you know what I mean? So you got to respect that. And if want some person that motivates you and move you, and you know what I mean?
So basically, she was your rider from the beginning.
No, yeah. She ride with me. That's my nigga, though. You know what I mean? I'm always going to have love for her for that.
Right,
You know what I mean? Because
right.
she stuck with, you know what I mean? Some women don't stick for the whole ride. A lot of, see,
So do you think
it's a not to cut you off. It's a transition. It's either the beginning of the ride and they ride with you all the way to the ending.
Right.
Some motherfuckers come right here when you already made it.
Yeah.
So now you gotta judge their
their intention?
intentions. Because
Right.
now are you
right.
fucking
Are you with me
because
because
you
of
like
who
me
I
like
am,
that, or you fuck
or
with me
because of what I have?
or what I have? You
Right,
feel what I'm saying?
right,
So that's
right,
you know what I mean?
right.
That's just what it is. Know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, so like I said, it worked out for him on this instance, but it could have been an example where it probably didn't work out for him if something would have happened. You gotta think about it. There's still a mother of his kids. His kids,
Right.
I wouldn't want my kid live less than what I lived.
Definitely
So,
not.
so that's the thing. And then I think we have to be more conscious of the people we choose as partners and mates in this game of life, where you got to second guess. Where a lot of people don't think that. They look for eye candy. It's like buying a car.
Right.
That car looks good, but the motor no good.
I want the shiny red one.
Yeah, but
because
that motor
red
no
one
good.
stands out.
That motor ain't gonna last.
Right.
You gotta see how people treat. Like I said, how she was raised, how she treat family, how she treat your kids,
Right.
how she treats people that's lesser than her. You know, you got to see how people are raised. There's a lot of red flags. You know, people get caught up by this allure of, yo, shorty look fire. A lot of these joints, I dated a lot of females that's fire, and they fucking head cases. You know, and a lot of shit, they head cases, or they got something wrong, or they got daddy issues, or they got, you know, they want to maintain a lifestyle. They worry more about how people perceive them instead of being who they're supposed to be.
Right. Now, if you're with someone from the beginning and then you decide to get a divorce, do you think that person is entitled to the 50% if they rode with you from the beginning?
50% of what? If we started a business together, then
Right.
yes. But if it's my career,
And the
let's just
person
say I'm an
started, say the
athlete.
person helped you from the beginning with your career.
I mean,
And then you reach a certain point where it's like, you know, we're just drifting apart and going separate ways. Let's separate. Would you give that person 50%?
I don't believe they should get 50%. I believe they should maintain. They should get money. They
Right.
should get and maintain the lifestyle that they live. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I played those games. You know what I mean? Those game sevens that I hit those game winners.
Right.
That was me on the court. That's the
Right.
work I put in.
Right.
You know what I mean? You driving me to get there, that's cool. You know, in the beginning of something, but you wasn't like handling, like you wasn't with me if I went to the G League and then I had to go to Euro and then I came through I had to go play in Puerto Rico a couple of years and
Right.
all that shit. You know what I mean? You wasn't my manager or nothing like that. And I finally made it and I'm making all this money and you was there. You know what I mean? During the ride, I don't feel you deserve everything.
Right.
I don't deserve you for, you know, you deserve 50% of my shit. I don't know in what book it says, you know, because if the shoe was on the other foot and I was riding with you while you was building your empire,
Right.
do I deserve 50% of your empire? Just because I was riding with you?
I think in California they do that.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think California is 50%.
I
So
don't know. For
That's-
me,
you
I,
know, I mean, each state has
But
different
most people,
laws.
it don't matter where you get married at, is where you file your divorce. So that's why you see everybody shoot to California to do their divorce.
Right, because you get 50%.
Yeah. So, but then that's why
That's what
a
I'm
guy
saying.
like me who's anti-marriage, because I just don't believe. I think my word, the man that I am, and I put things legally in place that I like to control my own destiny.
Right.
I don't want no law saying I have to do this.
Right.
I never
I
like
agree
that
with
word
you.
have
Yeah,
like
no, I
that.
agree. I agree.
I feel like my word, my action speaks for itself.
if you was
Right.
good to me, I'm gonna make sure
I
you
don't.
good
I'm
for
not
life.
subscribing to what they, this whole Western way of life is.
Right.
So that's not going to happen with me.
Right. About being married on paper
Yeah, nah.
or for financial security, pensions.
I mean,
you
I
know,
just don't. I
property.
don't like people telling me what to do. I'm
Right.
always been like that. He can tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna do the opposite, and I'm gonna do it just to fuck with you,
Just because.
just because I'm going to do it. I'm just that spiteful. I'm going to do it. So I don't subscribe to that because
Right.
at the end of the day, I don't want no law stating that I have to do this or I have to
Okay.
do that. Like, nah, that's bullshit.
Right.
No,
And
yeah.
So say if you're, we will never, this will never happen, but say if your long-term relationship ends, what would be your game plan? Would it depend on what the reason was, or would it just be, it wouldn't matter what the reason is?
If
we
the
just have
person,
to separate?
if she was kept it 100 with me and she didn't do certain things that crossed certain lines, then I will mainly give her. Let's just say in my case, right? Own a house with her and everything like that. We have to pick who's going to do it.
Right.
I can, but she'll be living. She'll be compensated well.
Okay.
And it's not like I'm gonna ask her out. You know what I
Right.
mean? This
Right.
is a
What I'm
person.
saying. That would do
There's a
that.
person who sometimes certain things I jumped out the window with and that had my back about it. So
Right.
let's just say, for example, with a house, sell a house. I would give her 50-50.
Split the profit.
50-50. Split 50-50.
Right.
So just using that for an example, I don't see a problem with that. It's not nothing.
If she a rider, she deserve it all.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Right,
You a
right.
rider, you deserve it all. If you just came here last minute and you just like, all of a sudden we break up in a year and you like, oh, I deserve half. Nah, nigga. What?
Right,
Half for what?
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like certain things I noticed. I've seen a lot of times people been together for years and they took that vow and for some reason the minds click and the shit don't work.
Right.
Every wedding I went to, minus the one with my sister's wedding, everybody ended in divorce.
Everybody
I stopped
got
going.
separated, so you stopped going to weddings?
I went to 2 weddings in the same place, sat the same seat, and both of them ended in divorce. True story.
Oh, gosh.
So, you know what I mean? It doesn't, that don't move me. Everybody in my
Right.
family, just about everybody, except for my cousin, who stayed married, but everybody, and my cousin, my sister, the 2 closest in age
Right.
with me that have a productive marriage. Everybody else that been married in my family been divorced. Everybody. Aunts, uncles, my parents, everybody. Grandparents. Failed marriages.
Right.
I'm not going to participate in that
Right.
shit.
So you're not a fan of marriage.
Nah, I just think a lot of times I'm not ready to give 100% of me to anybody. I need
Right.
something for myself. I don't want to share everything.
Right.
Certain things I want.
That's
Certain things I want to keep to myself. I like doing whatever I like to do. I don't want to do it with them.
Right.
I want to do. You know, I have a different way of thinking, and so and just observe things. I'm not going to see if I see one jump over the cliff. I'm not going to be
You're
the
not
one
going to
that-
follow
Yeah,
and
yeah.
jump
I'm not
over
gonna
the
follow
cliff
it.
too. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just it doesn't sink. I think the way it is now, it's been working.
Right.
That person happy, I'm happy. Then leave it alone. If it ain't
Right.
broke,
If it ain't
don't-
broke, don't fix it.
don't
Yeah,
fix it
exactly.
and keep people out of my situation. Everybody has a comments and shit like that. I don't give a fuck about your comments. I'm
Right.
gonna do what the fuck I want to do.
I agree.
Whatever
I agree
works
with
for
you
you and
on
that
that
person, that's what works.
1,000.
Yeah.
That's what works for the person. Know what I mean? So you know,
Yeah.
I
Marriage isn't for everybody. And marriage is a job and it's not easy. It's very hard. It's not just, a big $20,000, $30,000 event with all these people, and then after everything is, roses.
Then y'all paying that money for that event for people that didn't even have for the people
And
that
I
put
think-
money.
Right.
And I think that you spend that money on that event,
Right.
but I think people don't really know the details of what is a marriage. I think
Correct.
the laws and everything kind of corrupted this shit, and so a lot of people don't know what it's like to be marriage. Like I asked the question one time, if I'm gonna ask you this, if you're married, right?
Right.
You have your son,
Mm-hmm.
and you're married. Your husband come home from work,
Mm-hmm.
and you cook dinner.
Uh-huh.
Who plate you fix first?
That's a hard one.
It shouldn't be hard. It's something.
I mean, it should be. I think it should be your
It's
spouse.
a simple thing. He's supposed to get it. If
I
he
know.
don't,
I
if
think
he,
it's your spouse, but I mean, I guess because of the closeness I have with my son, it's
Yeah, but that's-
hard.
but
And
when
you know what? I'd make both plays at the same time. Be like one,
no,
two.
you're not even supposed to be anywhere near close to your husband. Yeah, at the end of the day, but people don't know that.
Right.
It's in the Bible. But people alter and they pick what they want to pick.
Right.
So why I'm going to subscribe to some shit like that where that 9 times out of 10 the person don't really understands what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, at the end of the day, he come first.
Right. The sanctity of marriage. I
Yeah,
know.
but people don't really understand it. They just pick what they want, or they put what they want. People,
Right,
I'm gonna
right.
make my own vows and shit like that. Nah, just don't get married. Just do whatever y'all agreement y'all make. This is how
Right.
we're gonna live.
Right.
You know what I mean? I personally wouldn't have a problem if the plate of food gets done. You fix your son's plate at the same
Right.
time.
Right.
As long as I get the big piece of the chicken, that's it.
That's it.
Especially if I pay for that motherfucker.
Right.
So-
right. What are your thoughts on that, Who? Because you have 2 amazing daughters that you're extremely close to and would lay your life down for.
Yes.
And, you meet someone. What are your thoughts on that? Where I mean, I think it's challenging for me because of the relationship.
What
Because
you
I
mean,
have-
fixing the plate or?
I think just like
Basically,
Ross
I
said,
think what she's saying, who comes first?
Yeah.
If you marry a woman, if you take this woman and you go by the letter of the law of the Bible,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That woman's you're supposed to put that woman first over everything. That means, one, you have to be careful of this woman you choose to marry. This got to be
Right.
a hellified woman because you're going to have to put her in front of your girl.
In
I
front
get
of
that.
your kids.
You understand?
I mean, I don't subscribe to that.
That's my
No,
point.
no. I
Right.
subscribe to my daughters is always going to be first. Always.
So then a woman,
If there's a plate of food before I eat, they
Right.
gotta eat.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
I'd rather starve than my daughter starve.
Right.
You feel me?
but we're not talking about you. We're talking about
No,
your spouse.
my
So your
daughters.
daughter's going to eat before your spouse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They
So
are.
so he
It's a hard
So-
it's
so
a hard decision.
Doesn't mean I don't love my spouse. I
Right.
just love my daughters.
Right.
That much more.
Right.
That's something I created.
Right. Especially
You know what I
if
mean?
this spouse comes into your life and is not the biological parent of your child. Me personally, I choose my child first. That doesn't make it any less of me loving my
So
my
then
man.
and I can
but-
look at it as a man. Why should I marry a woman who's not going to put me first? Where I can go out there, find somebody who don't have somebody, and I'm going to be put first.
And
Okay,
you know,
then-
See how we
can
go?
do
then,
that.
then you
No, no.
marry somebody who has no kids and make kids
See, but
together.
me, I'm never gonna make my wife choose between me and her son.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like I'm
Right.
I'm not built that way.
Right.
Like, okay, that's your son. You made his plate first than mine. Nah, I don't give a fuck, bro.
Right.
I mean, a
Can
plate.
we both eat? You feel me?
Right, we
Can
both
we
hungry.
eat? Like we
You
both
know,
ate. That's it.
We
I-
break
I
it.
just-
we
I'm
at
just-
the
that-
table.
but that's
we
just-
sitting at the table breaking bread together.
Nah,
So
I need to be first.
Okay. I
In
mean,
that case,
And
right
that-
This is
there,
why the
that's-
world. This
that's
is why the
you-
world works. You know why
that's-
the world works?
that's
Because
you
you have
on-
your views, I have mine, or she has hers.
that's
why-
you. That's you at
that's why I done
Thanksgiving
that.
dinner too. You got to
What?
eat first at Thanksgiving dinner. Your plate got to be ready first at Thanksgiving when there's like probably 15 relatives at the table. You got to
Fuck
get
them.
your
listen
plate
to my
first.
listen. Look, fuck them. I come first. Simple.
Yeah, this is why we have different views.
I'm just telling you.
That's why it's called "What's Your
time out.
Point?" The podcast.
Let me ask you this question: was I birthed here to be second to anybody?
Nah.
I wasn't birthed. God didn't bless me. I'm Lord L. Melvin III. I wasn't blessed to live here to be second to anybody.
No.
And I would not take second
Nah,
fiddle
listen.
to anybody.
If it's your kid,
nobody.
bro. If it's your kid,
If it's my kid, I'm eating first.
no, okay, I got you. That's how you feel.
That's
I'm not,
how it is.
I'm not here debating that, but I'm giving you my shit on it. Now, if it's my kid,
But what if it's your child visiting?
no, listen.
If they live in another
Karen,
state
what
and they
part
come
of
to
it you
visit,
don't understand?
I'm just asking.
I eat first.
okay, he eat first.
All right.
My house, my rule.
Uh,
Listen,
Okay.
when it come to my like I said, I don't care about the kid, whatever. I'm not subscribed to the Lardell Melvin book of how he do his thing.
Right.
But
I love my
I'm
son.
gonna say a story. A story time. Who got a story? I've seen where we was at a party
Mm-hmm.
and the girl went and served the ex-man before her man.
That's a problem.
Now that
Is a problem.
That's he.
Nah.
We wouldn't be together.
I'm throwing her in the garbage with the nigga and the food. Is you fucking dumb? That's different. You feel me?
yeah,
That's, for me. That's different.
That's messy.
The ex-man before I get my food.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Your son, I could let it slide. Me personally, I could let that slide.
It's not.
Your ex-man though?
That's not.
Yeah,
that
that's
shit
foul.
you just telling me right
That's
there.
foul.
That.
She went out her way to go make him a
A plate
bro.
for her ex and now
Mind
her
you, it's a
current.
buffet style joint, gang.
Nah, that's
That's the kicker. It's a buffet style. You can go up there and make your own plate. She went up there and made the plate and brought it to homie, bro.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Was he in a wheelchair?
No.
Okay. So he had two legs, two
yeah,
working
yeah.
legs
That
that, can
shit-
get.
that shit is a
he
dub.
didn't have a cane.
That's
He
a
was
dub.
he was physically fine to go up and get his own plate.
That's a dub.
Yeah, that's a dub.
Respectfully,
She got
that's
to
super
go.
dub.
Well, like I said, at the end of the day, everybody has different things. Do a plate of food. I'm just using that as the metaphoric, but
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't here to play second fiddle. So if I was single or if I was going out there dating somebody, this is something I'm talking about now in the beginning. I'm talking
Right.
about when this is how important when you take that vow marriage. You can't take one part and just take what you want to. You got to be 100% all the way around with what it says.
But before you get married, then that's something that you discuss that and set that in place. Because if this woman is not going to feed you first and you're dating for a period of time and this is not how she functions, then why would you even go and marry her?
Absolutely. There was something that would be done or spoke about first.
That would be considered a red flag for you if she didn't serve you first.
Because at the end of the day, y'all looking at it one way. I look at the overall picture. Let's just use you for an example. You know, your mom's youngest son, right? Let's say like if your mom was married to somebody around and you was, when you was younger, young teenager. And you went off with your kid's parent, with your wife, and went and lived your life. And your mom is with her husband. So everybody's only is left is really technically they only got each other because you went on with your family, right? And your sister, everybody went on with their family. So this is the person you're with.
Right.
You at the end of the day, so like the person I'm with, I have a child, but I can't put my child in front of her because at the end of the day, my child living her own life. Who going as somebody we know, what she do makes sense. Who's going to be my ass cleaner? Think about it.
Yeah, it's true.
You understand? So you got to pick whatever situation what works for you.
Right.
You got to be careful. And I think a lot of times with marriages, how it fuck up is that people so infatuated with the image and just to say it, the ring, and I'm married like that, but they don't want to put that work in, or they're not really paying attention to what it is. Right there. Same way you will want him to take your son. When you get married, that's his son now. So the same rules apply, because if that's my son, and I'm telling you, that's my daughter, if you fix a goddamn plate before me, both of your asses will be out the goddamn house. That's, to me, you're not doing that. I'm just using the plate as metaphoric. So that's what I'm saying about. Because at the end of the day, if I treated my child better than I treated my woman, especially as an adult, and I'm stuck with my woman, not saying stuck, I hate saying that. If I'm with my woman, my child living her own life, she's treating her husband good, whatever like that, and I done shitted on this one right here. What the fuck? Like, what kind of man that makes me?
Right.
The rules is rules to this, and this is why it is. I ain't talking these man-made rules. I believe in the way it should be is like it says in the Bible, and that's my belief right there.
Right.
So man corrupts every fucking thing. 50%. Show me where it said that in the Bible.
Right.
So think about it. This is the stuff that we really gotta pay attention to. You gotta make sure your partner is on par with you and understand what your beliefs is. As long as y'all beliefs line up together, then I don't have a problem with it right there.
Right.
So somebody, you might marry somebody, the woman say, I'll feed them first. And so it's no big deal. But the metaphoric of the plate
I get it.
being done first.
Right.
Because sometimes, a lot of times, you got to think about it. You got a son, you with your husband, and let's say, God forbid, your son out there fucking up. And you taking the family money, bailing his ass out of jail, putting the house up, some shit. Think about it.
Right.
But that's your son. You love your son.
Right.
You got to make it make sense.
No,
Right.
It's
You're
true.
right.
It's right.
You're right.
I mean, like he said, it comes to you got to follow shit. The letter to the letter of what it means to you, and all y'all stuff align. You know what I mean? So, I mean, whatever works for them thing. So we doing this point of the day.
Yeah, you could go first too.
I mean, my point of the day, when it come to do what you love, you know what I'm saying? Don't put a time limit on things that you love, you know what I mean? As far as the, the age difference and all that stuff that we was just speaking about, I mean, to each their own. What your preference is your preference. I ain't here to judge you, but don't let nobody put time as a thing for you not to enjoy something. If you love it, do it, period. And it doesn't matter. KFC ain't start selling chicken until he was 65 years old. Respectfully. All right? My point of the day.
This dude, man.
My point of the day is we are on borrowed time. Live your life and be happy. Don't care. Don't think about what other people say.
Amen.
Live your life to the fullest and be happy with the decisions that you make. It's that simple.
My point of the day, I'm going to take a quote from the late, great Peter Tosh. God didn't have me be born to sing background singing to Bob Marley. I ain't paying background to no fucking body.
Amen.
All right. A nap.
Don't forget to follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on IG. What's Your Point? The podcast. We be back with more content. Y'all already know. Peace.
Peace.
The strategic cut. Theme song of this hustler. Yes. Thank the customer for loving us. Yes. Everything bakery can't fuck with us. Y'all heard me right. You niggas can't fuck with us.